Well, this is easily going to be the most unique video so far. You can see here the best backdrop I have is my truck because I'm in what many would call just a cheap motel in Austin, Texas. The reason I'm here is because although I'm leaving for the Gathering of Eagles tomorrow and I'll be recording the rest of the week from Branson, Missouri, maybe tomorrow morning I'll be somewhere on the road or maybe even back home. But the rest of the week I'll be in Branson, Missouri at the Chateau on the Lake for the Gathering of Eagles conference. But today I have a client in Austin who had a bit of a crisis. Now she's a brand new client. She's a coaching client on the speaking engagement side, and she has a keynote speech coming up. It's the biggest event of her life, and it's the first major keynote she's ever done. So she found me on LinkedIn. She's been studying some of the stuff that I do. We've had a nice couple of initial phone calls and emails back and forth. Today's the first time we meet face-to-face. We'll spend 4 hours together preparing her speech for her big keynote. She's pretty nervous. I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to be a great opportunity. And just the background stuff that I've seen on her so far, she's got incredible content for a presentation. So I'm really excited about seeing how this is going to work out. Well, what does all that have to do with value? Well, you know, when I drove into town, I had not made any reservations for a hotel. I had no idea what was going on for the weekend. Hadn't checked anything. This is literally how I chose where we're staying tonight. I drove to the location where I'm going to meet my client. I found the spot, knew that I could get there easily, knew what traffic was going to look like, and I said, I just want to find a place close enough that I can get in and out and not be stuck in traffic. So I found the closest motel. And not a bad place. Nice warm bed, nice hot shower, free breakfast in the morning, even if it's just waffles and coffee, I'm good for that. But when the lady told me that it was Formula One weekend and just about everything was sold out and I could expect to pay anywhere from $100 to $300 a night for a hotel room, I said, I was hoping to spend $50. And guess what? We found a place for about $50. Ironically, we paid exactly the same amount here in Austin, Texas on Formula One weekend that Karen and I paid last weekend when we left Denver and spent the night in Amarillo. To the penny, exactly the same amount. You could see my credit card receipts if you were curious. I think it's funny though when we talk about the value of time, we talk about the value of our talents and our skills and our assets. I was talking with a guy just yesterday and he said that when he goes in to bid a job, he does landscaping, tree trimming, that type of thing. A lot of times he'll negotiate the job, he'll negotiate the final price, he'll tell them what the outcome is going to be, and when they agree on that, the customer is ecstatic. Great price for a great result. I'm going to be happy with that. He said, here's the big difference. If they stand there and watch me do the job, when I'm finished in such a quick amount of time, they'll look at me and go, hey, I paid you way too much for that amount of time. If on the other hand, they come back after the job is done, they look at the incredible quality of the job and they go, it was a great job. What a great job you did. I don't think I paid you enough for the quality of work that you did. What's the difference? Same job, same amount of time, same final results, same price negotiated. Here's the difference. Many people truly believe that the amount of time you put into the work is what makes it worth the value or not. Why? Because we have a society, a culture that has been convinced that pay by the hour is really the only way to earn a living. And it's simply not true. Remember the story of the old man on Christmas Eve? The machine shop went down. They couldn't get any work done. They were just hoping to finish the project in order to enjoy their Christmas break. They called the old man back from his retirement, back from his Christmas holidays with his feet up in front of the fireplace, and they said, we can't do anything. Our machine is broke. Nobody knows how to fix it. He walks around for a few minutes, then he walks to the machine, says, hey, can I borrow a hammer? They hand him a hammer, he smacks the machine, it's back up and running. They don't know why. He says, that'll be $1,000. They're like, $1,000? You were here for 5 minutes and you used our hammer. He said, look, I'll give you $100, I'll buy your hammer, but you still owe me $900 for fixing the machine. They're like, $900? You were here for 5 minutes. He said, yeah, I charge $900 for knowing where to smack it. See, sometimes it's the knowledge that you bring to the table, not the time that it takes you to do it. It's the understanding that you have. Yes, I'll spend a couple of minutes waiting on this loud truck to go by. I'll spend 8 hours roughly with my coaching client before she takes the stage. Her end game is to get this keynote done, get booked for several more, and eventually end up on the TEDx stage. That's altogether possible. She's got a great story and a great education and a great background. The 8 hours that I will spend with her, though, will be 8 hours of training that I have accumulated over the last 20 plus years of my life. So what she's paying for those 8 hours isn't what you would pay for a guy to flip burgers for 8 hours. It's not what you would pay for somebody to mow your lawn for 8 hours. It's not what you pay someone to work on your car for 8 hours. I want you to think about yourself when you go to do a project or a job. Do you value yourself for the training, the experience, the knowledge, the understanding that you bring to the table? Or do you sell yourself for the time? Are you only worth the amount of time it takes you to show up and get the project done? Or are you worth more than that because of what you've invested in learning to become who you are and capable of what you do? I hope you'll think about that as you charge into your day. What value do you bring to the table? What do you have to offer that others could benefit from? I'm J Loren Norris, and you've been watching Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day.